Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. We'll start with the headlines. With a cost of $6.5 billion, laying of the foundation stone for Lewa Plastics Industries complex is celebrated. The Sultanate takes over the chairmanship of the Arab Human Rights Network. The Ministry of Housing intends to stop granting big plots for commercial and industrial uses. Instead, the beneficiaries have to pay for the title deeds. And the fourth, Oman in the International Press Conference studies the image of Oman and the civilizational development in the world press. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in details. Oman Oil Refineries and Petroleum Industries, ORPEC, celebrated the laying of the foundation stone for Lewa Plastics Industries complex, whose engineering, procurement and construction contract cost about $6.5 billion and will become operational by 2020. The project's feasibility study pointed out that it will contribute 2% to 3% of the Sultanate's GDP and will increase the contribution of ORPEC's projects to the GDP to 9% by 2020. This project will also enhance the downstream sector in Oman, as it will produce for the first time 880,000 tons of polypropylene and polyethylene. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al Habsi, Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Planning and Chairman of the ORPEC Board. The Sultanate, represented in Omani Human Rights Commission, took over the chairmanship of the Arab Human Rights Network during the 13th meeting of the network's General Assembly in Muscat. During the meeting, the participants elected the commission, which will host the next General Assembly meeting in 2017. They also selected the drafting committees and rapporteur of the meeting. The executive committee for the Arab Network was also elected, and the venue and date of the first meeting of the new executive committee was decided as well. On the sideline of the meeting, there will be a 3-day regional workshop on the message of hatred and provoking it and the role of national institutions. The meeting was attended by a number of renowned Arab, regional and international figures, as well as chairmen of the human rights commissions and organizations. The Ministry of Housing intends to issue new procedures to stop granting big plots for commercial and industrial uses, but the beneficiaries have to own the land by paying for the title deeds, from which the revenue will go to the state's economy. These revenues will help in establishing various projects to push forward the movement of the economy and the investments. The ministry pointed out that the allotment of big land plots will be according to the prevailing standards and conditions of the Ministry of Commercial and Industrial Land Plots. Projects of the sewage networks and various new planned schemes in the wilayas of the Governorate of Muscat topped the discussions at the meeting of the Shura Council with the chairman of Muscat Municipality. During the meeting, municipality's plans and programs related to paving interior roads and street lighting projects for a number of residential areas were discussed. The meeting also reviewed most important projects which is being currently implemented in the Governorate. It further discussed the necessity of facilitating technical procedures and continuous response to citizens' demands at all provided municipal services, in addition to discussing a number of requests related to public parks and planting of trees in various wilayas of the Governorate. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Maawali, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Sultanate takes part in the second Asian Cooperation Dialogue Summit, which started in Thailand's capital city of Bangkok with the participation of 33 countries' leaders. During the opening breakout, Chan O-cha, Thailand's Prime Minister, called Asian countries to enhance joint cooperation among them at various fields, especially economy, within the accelerated development in their societies, stressing the necessity of combination among the countries in the content in political, economic, commercial and social fields to agree on a unified vision that helps to enhance the joint integration between them. The Sultanate's delegation was led by His Excellency Mohammed bin Zubair, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan for Economic Planning. The 4th International Conference Oman in the International Press and the 7th documentary exhibition started in the Governorate of Muscat. The conference and exhibition emphasizes the importance of the newspaper as a historical document and how to benefit from the global experience in taking media content as a historical document. The conference was organized by the National Records and Archives Authority and aimed to study the image of Oman and the civilizational development in the world press, and to review the Omani documents, archives, and archaeologies in the international press. It also shed light on the most important figures and views monitored by the international press in Oman, and to consolidate and document its image through scientific studies and photographs. The 7th documentary exhibition included more than 300 different documents from the local newspapers, Arab and foreign magazines. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdul Mun'im bin Mansour Al-Ahsani, Minister of Information. Still to come in our news bulletin. Displaying the latest designs of gold, luxurious jewelry, diamonds and pearls, the 7th edition of Muscat International Jewelry Exhibition is open. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The 6th edition of Infra Oman exhibition, one of the largest building and construction expos in the Middle East, was opened at the New Oman Convention and Exhibition Center in Al Irfan district in Muscat. The event is organized by Al Nimr Expo in cooperation with the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources and Muscat Municipality. The exhibition has been continuously defining the industry's development for the last 5 years. It is considered as the annual meeting place for industry leaders, suppliers and buyers in the Sultanate of Oman. Infra Oman has proved to be an ideal starting point not only for the local companies but also for foreign entities that are more determined to be part of Oman's growing market. Around 200 companies from various countries from around the world took part in the 3-day exhibition, which has been improved this year to provide local and international companies and stakeholders with an unprecedented and unique opportunity to explore innovative and practical solutions, as well as to network with suppliers and buyers from around the world. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Ftaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications. Raft Fund and Oman Oil Marketing Company signed a cooperation agreement to support entrepreneurs' services who benefit from the financial support of the fund. The agreement included to prepare marketing programs to develop the promotional aspect of small and medium enterprises, and according to terms and conditions prepared by the two parties. The CEO of Raft Fund affirmed the keenness of the fund to support the marketing and promotional aspects for the beneficiaries through the field visits to the projects. Within the aim to enhance rights of deaf people, activities of the World Deaf Week started in Muscat. The Sultanate, represented in the Oman Deaf Association, participated with world countries to celebrate this occasion, which falls from the 19th till the 25th of September every year. His Highness Sayyid Kamil bin Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed presided over the ceremony. The event aims to join deaf people in the community as well as provide them with experiences and information. It also contained a number of events with wide participation from society members and public and private institutions. And at the end of the event, a number of deaf students were honored. The 7th edition of Muscat International Jewelry Exhibition was opened at the Oman International Exhibition Center. Many companies specialize in gold and jewelry from within and outside the Sultanate took part in the exhibition, in addition to the participation of representatives of gold and jewelry agents. The 5-day exhibition will display the latest designs of gold, luxurious jewelry, diamonds, pearls, and precious stones. The items on display this year include the biggest ring in the world, namely the Taiba Sitar, which is a Guinness record item. The exhibition managed to attract many local and international companies and traders, businessmen and specialists, jewelers, designers and professionals from the region. It also expects to attract thousands of visitors interested in ornaments and jewelry of all kinds to view and buy the latest models of the most luxurious jewelry items. The management of Oman International Exhibition Centre transferred to Oman's leading development company, Umran, after it was under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. That came in a statement by His Excellency Mohsen bin Khamis al-Blushi, advisor of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television. Within the participation of specialists in the field of rehabilitation of children with special needs from various governmental rehabilitation centers, a workshop specialized with autism disorder started in the wilaya of Sib. The workshop is organized by the Director General for Disabled Affairs in the Ministry of Social Development. The 4-day workshop included 7 lectures and visual and photographic shows. The Ministry of Social Development stressed that it has 27 autism centers in various governorates in the Sultanate and provided its services to 331 cases. It also provides 147 specialized human cadres from outside the Sultanate in order to work besides 164 female Omanis who work in the field of special education after they have underwent a number of rehabilitation courses. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rains over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be north to northeasterly light to moderate over the coast of the Sea of Oman, while along the coast of the Arabian Sea it will be south to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be moderate along the coast of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. The rest of the coast it will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. With a cost of $6.5 billion US, laying of the foundation stone for Lewa Plastics Industries Complex is celebrated. The Sultanate takes over the chairmanship of the Arab Human Rights Network. The Ministry of Housing intends to stop granting big plots for commercial and industrial uses. Instead, the beneficiaries have to pay for the title deeds. And the 4th Oman in the International Press Conference studies the image of Oman and the civilizational development in the world press. With that, we come to an end to tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, good night.